as Concrete Rose turns for home and the Saratoga Oaks with the lead. Olin Dahl comes up on the outside into second. Coral Beach is third, and then Happen to the outside in Kelsey's Cross. Julian Leparoux says, "Let's go Concrete Rose," and she takes off. The Princess of the Turf. Concrete Rose wins the Saratoga Oaks.
That was last year, the inaugural running of the Saratoga Oaks, and Concrete Rose, she was one of the great stories of the summer last season for Ashbrook Farm. BBN Racing, trained by Rusty Arnold. Sensational. Took the first two legs of last year's Turf Tiara sequence, and now she's going to be offering the Keeneland November breeding stock sale on Monday, November 9th. That's when it begins, following the Breeders' Cup at Keeneland. Joining us on the line right now of Ashbrook Farm, Bo Bromagen, who found Concrete Rose. Bo, thanks for coming on. And I guess fortunate for you, she didn't work all that well in the under tax sale when she breezed. What did you see in Concrete Rose that stood out to you?
First, thanks for having me on. Second, I think everybody could see physically standing on the end of a shank how pretty she was and athletic and such like that. But, in her breeze, I don't think she really started going until after she hit the wire. And I just happened to be sitting in a position at the breeze show where I got a good look at what other people may have not been able to just because of where they were sitting. But I just got lucky that day and lucky a few more times after over the next couple of years.
You've had some great success. You're being modest. Concrete Rose you found, Weep No More, Southern Honey as well. But with this one, I thought it was really interesting. You finally got to name one. I guess you'd been campaigning for a little while. Thought it was really cool, the story of how you found the name for Concrete Rose.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of Tupac Shakur influence in horse racing, but I'm glad I could have added just a little bit.
Yeah, poem, I guess, from Tupac. I didn't even realize, but I love the name.
Yeah.
What does she mean to you? Fact that you found her and at a relatively modest price, too, for $61,000, and to go on what she accomplished. What does she mean to you and to Ashbrook?
Well, a big part of it is just bringing that experience to our partners as well. BBN is, the participants in BBN are just as excited and they have as much fun as anybody at the racetrack and enjoy this experience. They make it so much better for me and a pleasure to work with. So, specifically on Saratoga Oaks Day last year, we really packed the paddock full of people. And when you can share an experience or a horse with these kind of people, it's so much more of a rewarding time. For me personally, I don't want to take all the credit in the world here. So much has to do with the way that Rusty Arnold trains and how Julian Leparoux rides. I'm just glad to be associated with her, really.
Yeah, I didn't mean to leave out BBN Racing Partnership as well, who campaigned Concrete Rose also. I realized there, too, your family obviously had a long connection with Rusty Arnold when your family got back into the game as well. But there was a twirling candy connection that helped get Concrete Rose to Rusty. What was that?
Well, at the time, Rusty had Morticia in his barn, who was and has been just such a little monster for him. Just tries so hard every time out. And when I liked the horse, I texted him. I was like, "You don't mind taking another twirling candy, do you?" He said, "Absolutely not. Send her my way."
Yeah, we've seen her up here at Saratoga. Very good sprinter on the turf. How hard is it going to be to see Concrete Rose go?
Well, it's obviously bittersweet. I have such a personal connection to her, and I'm always going to think that she's my horse, regardless of who actually owns her. But it's exciting to offer such a good, high-quality racing and broodmare prospect to public auction. I know that Keeneland's going to do a great job showcasing her ability, and the buyers are going to be there for us. So it'll help us kind of transition to the future and see if we can get another one. And
tell us what's so great about this sale. Again, it begins November 9th following that big Breeders' Cup weekend.
Yeah, it's a bit of an institution and as a sale itself. This year, obviously, there's a lot of uncertainty as far as health issues around the world, but the Keeneland November sale, it's going to bring the buyers, it'll bring the sellers, it'll bring the right horses, and we're looking forward to seeing what we can do.
Bo, best of luck at the sale. I know it's bittersweet, as you mentioned, but tremendous job finding this filly in the first place, and you've had great success and hope continued success with Ashbrook and BBN Racing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We'll just reload and go find a couple more like her.
We look forward to it. Best of luck. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, great having you on, Bo Bromagen, and pretty interesting that everyone I guess goes to a sale. It's sort of like handicapping. Everyone sees something a little different.